Alright, y'all, so this video that we're going to watch in the View today, it is with Stephen A. Smith. When I tell you I 90% agree with Stephen A., I agree with him. I think right now the Democratic Party needs to learn, not even learn to strategize, but they need to strategize. We cannot just wait for the downfall of this country in order to just make a point. I'm not saying we are tumbling and falling, or nor am I wishing us to tumble and fall, but it just seems like the Democrats are just sitting back and waiting. Okay, if his plan works, it works. If it doesn't work, well, we have something to run on. It's just like, you're not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be proactive. Let's be more proactive. Can I get an amen? Before we begin today's video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Can I get an amen? Amen. We are going to, let me go ahead and put these glasses on. Does anybody have advice who knows like any good microphones? I feel like whenever I talk in the mic, like you can hear like whenever I breathe. It's like whenever I inhale for breath, like you can hear it. I don't know if y'all can hear, or if it's just me tripping during editing. If anybody has any good recommendations in regards to good microphones, like hit your girl up.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and watch this clip, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my thoughts and opinions, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
In office for 6 weeks. Seems like 6 years, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever, and he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to.
All right, so this is where I agree with him. Number one, the way that Joy set up that question, I feel like she's setting it up in a ways or as a means to deflect rather than to actually see where did the Democrats go wrong. The reason why I say that is because you can play the number games all you want. Number one, the fact that he even won the popular vote, you're saying, oh, he only won by 1 point whatever percent, 1.8%. Last time I checked, a Republican hasn't won a popular vote in over, 20 years? Almost 20 years. So it's aside from the point that he only won the popular vote by 1 point however many percent, and he only won the electoral college by however many points. That is not the point. The point is, you and a lot of people on the left and people in general, they're saying all these bad things about this man, but he still won. He still won. With him still winning, that should be an alert. Like, okay, where did I miss the people? What can I do and fix from internally? What can I do and fix from within to where I can provide the people with better options, to where I can connect with the people better, to where they feel like they don't have to vote for Trump or vote for the Republican Party because they're A, B, and C. Like, that is the point that's not clicking within the Democratic Party. And I don't know who I need to talk to. I need to speak to the manager or something. You're sitting around complaining that Trump is this, he's that, he's a felon, he's a misogynist, he's a racist, he's this and the third. Bro, he still beat you. If he's all these things and people still decided to pick him over you, at some point you got to be like, dang, good golly gee, where did I go wrong? That's where strategy comes in. This is where you have to strategize. You can't think with the mentality of, oh, well, we almost won. So we're going to get it next time. It's just like, no, that's not how it works, Bookie. That's not how it works.
20. Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won a popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it all, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
Well, it's a different
When that ship-
definition of a mandate, I guess.
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad.
some people didn't
We
show
should
up.
continue to do that.
Do you think
No,
that those-
don't continue to do that.
do you
Find a
think
new
that-
strategy.
Did you hear Sonny? Did you hear Sonny? She said, well, some people didn't show up. Okay, Buki. What do you want us to do with that information? Okay.
But do you think those groups, the black voters, the Latino voters, and the others that you mentioned, are they going to regret it soon?
Possibly. I think so. I don't like what I'm seeing from Trump. I didn't like what I saw with Zelensky. I didn't like what I saw with a few things. But in the end,
Zelensky?
the point, I didn't like it.
In the Oval Office.
But in the end, what it comes down to is this. The American people, in their eyes, it wasn't about him. They were voting against what the Democrats were throwing in their direction. I don't only talk to Cuomo. I did interview Eric Adams. I did interview Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. I interviewed these people. I've talked to them, and I'm going to talk to some more of them, too. And I'm going to say the same message. What are you doing to win? I love Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland. I love Dr. Carroll of Pennsylvania, okay? I just interviewed Cuomo. I like him a lot. I want somebody to step up and recognize that man in the Oval Office, whether you like it or not, is potent. He's coming and he wins. You got to find a way to beat him. This way is not the way that the Democrats have been doing it.
Literally. This, if your goal is to beat Trump, what you're doing is not working. What you are doing is not working. This is a time where you cannot surround yourself with yes men. You cannot surround yourself with yes men. You cannot say certain things to make yourself feel better. Like, this is the time where you just have to take it in the chin. Take it in the chin. You need to go back to the drawing boards, y'all. Like, this is where I had my other video where I was asking y'all, like, who in the Democratic Party can you see and be like, okay, wow, I can see them running for president in 2028. Like, what leader do you see on a national level? The Republicans, they have that. Whether you like them or not, they at least have at least 3 people to where you're like, okay, they can run in 2028. The Democrats, they don't have that. And I know Stephen A., he gets a lot of backlash. He does. A lot of people be trying to call him like, oh, he's a Trumper, he's a this, or he's a low-key Trumper, this and third. My thing is, even if he was, like, a lot of people, more people are Trump supporters than you think. They're just not public with it. But yeah, I actually see where Stephen A. is coming from. I think that we're at a point where you have to be willing to call it out. If you're not going to call it out, then get out the conversation. It doesn't mean you're being divisive. It doesn't mean you're wishing on the downfall. It's just one of those things where it's just like, call it out. Change does not come in comfortability. Y'all know that's one of my favorite things to say. Change does not come in comfortability. Let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. What do you think about this interview Stephen A. did with The View? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Can I get an amen? Amen. 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 Follow me on my social media. I love y'all all. God bless y'all. This is Uduak, connecting people with policy. Ta-da!